Hi, this is Ike from IkesOutdoors.com. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of product testing. What we're going to test is the Hydroshock from Hydronic Archery. This is a rear mount string stop, string suppressor, whatever you want to call it. And there's something that separates this string suppressor from some of the other string suppressors on the market besides this nice carbon fiber finish to it. It has this nice rubber stopper on it. But what separates this from other string stoppers on the market is it actually works on a hydraulic. So when your string hits this, instead of coming to a dead stop, you're actually going to get some more vibration absorption because this thing has that hydraulic action to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this to my bow. Well, actually, you know what, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot my bow. I got a 2010 High Country Iron Mace. This is the same one we used in the other video if you've seen our bow snuff video, and we put bow snuff all through this thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this bow bare, just like this. It ain't got nothing on it except a couple string jacks on there, cable jacks. So I'm going to shoot this bow bare, and we're going to show you the graphic of what our microphone picks up and our editing software shows. Now, then we're going to compare. We're going to put another. I'm not going to mention the name of this one because I'm not trying to bash this company or anything, but we're going to put another string suppressor on there, and we're going to show you that shot. And then we're going to put the Hydroshock on our bow, and we're going to show you that shot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to compare what our microphone picks up every time that I make a shot. We'll show you the difference in the bow with bare, the bow with the other string suppressor on it, and with the Hydroshock on it. So I'm going to, just to show you guys how sensitive this equipment is, I'm going to show you the spike from me resetting my my release here. I've got a Carter Quickie with a 4-pound trigger on it, and it makes a little bit of noise when I reset the trigger. So this is what it sounds like. This is how sensitive our microphone is. This is the spike from just simply clicking this release. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shoot bare bow, and I'm shooting this Iron Mace set at 60 pounds. I'm shooting about a 380 to 400 grain arrow. Not exactly sure what it is. It's a Victory V-Force in 400 spine. So here's our control shot. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're going to put on the other string suppressor that we're going to try out. Okay, so I've got another rear mount string suppressor on here. I'm not going to mention who makes this one because I'm not trying to bash this company. They make a fine string suppressor, works really well. But I just want to show you a comparison in a standard string suppressor. It doesn't have that hydraulic shock to it. Compare that to the Hydroshock. So this is a shot with just the standard string suppressor on it. Okay, so that string suppressor did alright. I could feel the difference in the bow, and we'll put the graphic up when we get done with our testing. We'll put the graphic up and we'll show, but it did make a difference. So now we're going to put the Hydroshock on there. We're going to see how well that one works and do our comparisons. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to mount this up. This is real easy to do. When you order this, you're going to want to order this specifically for the bow that you're going to be shooting it on. And you want to make sure you got a rear mount, because my Speed Pro does not have a rear mount stabilizer like this, or a rear mount string suppressor like this. It actually has an Allen head bolt that holds the string suppressor on, which is a shame because I'd really like to put this one on it. As you can see there, real simple, real easy to do. You got your rear mount there. You just put your string suppressor, tighten the bolt down. And then once you get the bolt tight, you're just going to want to align it to where your string hits about in the center. Now, when I get all said and done and I get to using this suppressor, I'm going to serve that right there so it doesn't damage my string. But once you get that about set, you take an Allen wrench and just tighten that thing down. That's all there is to mounting this thing up. Okay, so I've got the Hydroshock all mounted up, all tightened down good and secure. Got a nice little, about a 1/16 inch gap in there between my string and the stopper on the Hydroshock. And we're going to fling an arrow here and see what kind of results we get. Okay, so we shot just bare bow. We shot it with another company's string suppressor, and we shot it with the Hydroshock string suppressor. And we're going to take it up now, and I'm going to use my editing software, and we're going to show you what this microphone picked up with each shot. Now, just for fun, we've got another video out there called with bow snuff, which is made by Hydronic Archery as well. You can check that video out and check this product out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this bow I'm going to deck it out completely with the bow snuff and the Hydroshock, and we're going to see what kind of sound we get out of it there too. You know, before we get to the test results, I can tell you right now, I want a whisper quiet bow. I love my bow to be quiet. I'm shooting this bow with nothing on it but the string stop and the bow snuff. No stabilizer, nothing. No limb suppressors, nothing like that. This bow's quiet. Okay, so we've got our testing done. We've got our graphics made. And what we're going to show you here is the result of those tests. This is what our microphone picked up and what our editing software is going to show. This first graphic we're going to put up is the bow alone. This is the bow with absolutely nothing on it. This thing doesn't even have limb suppressors, doesn't have stabilizer, anything on it, just like we showed you in the beginning of the video. Now this next graphic we're going to put up is the bare bow with another company's, another string suppressor. We're not going to mention the name of it because it is a good string suppressor. We're not trying to bash it or any means. We're just trying to use it for comparison. And you can see by looking at this graphic, it did a pretty good job. It suppressed your vibration, and you can see versus the bare bow, it really knocked down the noise and vibration on the bow. The next graphic we're going to put up, this one is the bow with the Hydroshock on it. This graphic, you can see it is a vast improvement over the bare bow, and even a really good improvement over the other string suppressor. I was really impressed with the difference in the bare bow. Of course, it made a big difference, but I was really impressed with how much better this worked than your standard string suppressor. That hydraulic action to this string suppressor really seems to make a huge difference. It really seems to make takes a lot of vibration out of the bow, and you can see with this graphic we put up here, that speaks for itself. That really made a vast improvement over the bare bow and made a vast improvement over the other string suppressor. It was easy to put on, easy to install, and it seems like it really is an effective product. Probably one of the better products I've tested this year as far as meeting all the claims, you know, that it's advertised to do. And one of the best string suppressors I've ever put on a bow. I'm extremely impressed with this thing. Okay, the last graphic we're going to put up for you is actually a test of the Hydroshock with a can of bow snuff in it as well. Bow snuff's made by Hydronic Archery as well. This is a product that we tested out. You can see the video on that. We just put this up here to show you how well the bow works with one can of bow snuff and the Hydroshock string suppressor. And you can see it makes a huge difference. This bow, when I shoot it with one can of that in there and the Hydroshock, it's hunting quiet. It's ready to head to the woods. And nothing on the string, no limb suppressors, no stabilizer, nothing. And this bow is ready to go. And you can improve upon this from there with a stabilizer and more bow snuff, you know, in some key areas. Is going to make some improvements too. So be sure to check out that video. We tested the bow snuff in another video, so be sure to check that out. This review was over the Hydroshock, and I am very, very impressed with this thing. I really think it's a product that's going to be worth spending a little bit of money on and spending a little bit of time installing, which it took about 2 seconds to put on the bow. So for more information on the Hydroshock and the bow snuff, which should be available soon, be sure to visit their website, hydronicarchery.net. For more videos, for that bow snuff video, be sure to visit our website, and that's ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you watching.
I like good times, good wine, good smoke, and a 5-piece bed. And I can't help it, it's just